And yay! And welcome everyone. My name is Cole or DM Coltrane. Welcome to Project Passion with BioticNova. If you want to just tell quick people a few things about yourself as we talk about what we're passionate on, and just go from there. It's going to be pretty laid back today.
Do I tell them now?
You tell them whenever you'd like.
Oh,
You can wait all night.
I'll just wait until you just ask me questions.
Okay.
I'm BioticNova. I do a lot of Dark Souls challenge runs, variety streamer, all that fun stuff.
Beautiful introduction. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I had it practiced in my head so I wouldn't stutter.
How many times? How many times you practice in the mirror?
At least 100. It was fine.
I do that every morning before I wake up. Yeah, don't if you want to jump in with an idea, feel free. At any point in time. But honestly, in terms of just so we talk about passion here and what we want to do pursuit wise, because you're a full-time streamer. You kind of have at least a direction you want to go. Maybe that's not something for your entire life, but for now, that's the goal, that's the drive, and you've been doing awesome so far. So what would you say is kind of how would you define your passion for souls and gaming and things like that?
For souls and gaming, it's a weird thing with souls, because it's I am very passionate about getting better at the game, because people always ask me why are you doing the things that you do? Why are you trying to do these ridiculous challenges?
Well, actually, let's explain the challenges really quick.
Yeah.
Give us some accolades, in terms of things that you are doing, are in the middle of doing, and just break it down.
Okay, so I do a lot of, challenge runs for Dark Souls 3 specifically. I just got done yesterday with my Soul Level 1 one-handed run.
Was that level 1?
I did that. Yes, that was level 1. So I did that. I finished that yesterday. I've done no hit for Dark Souls 3 for I don't know if you guys know the terminology, any percent in base game.
You can break it down, otherwise I can explain it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You got this.
any percent is just completing the bosses required to finish the game. Base game is the vanilla game, and then all bosses is, base game plus DLC. So I've done any percent in base game. I'm working on SO1 any percent no hit, and all bosses no hit.
Okay. And what's the time? What's your times for those? I guess you could how long does it take you?
Times, any percent takes me about any percent no hit. Normal leveled would take me an hour 45 because I'm super out of practice. Maybe.
So out of practice. What's your personal best or your PB right now on that one?
Well, I mean, I don't really speed run, but
oh, not speed run. I'm sorry. I thought you were doing the
hit.
Hello? Hit. I'm sorry.
So I've done for my SL1 any percent, my PB is 1 hit, and then for all bosses it's 2 hits.
Okay, so you are right. I mean, how many times have you heard you're right there? It's probably why you don't I know the pressure of getting to that last one.
It's too much.
One.
I had to take a break from it because it's so much. Whenever you get late game and you have no hits, you kind of feel relieved when you get hit. You're just oh, thank goodness I don't have to my heart can rest now. So it got a little bit more pressure. So I kind of started doing normal challenge runs instead of no hit now.
Just to break it up a little bit. I mean, we've done, or you guys have done, no hit to death essentially. No pun in no ten.
Everything has been done.
Everything's been done.
Yeah.
So in terms of
you have to be really creative.
Actually, so how you did your, I hadn't seen. I'm pretty sure maybe it had been done, but I never saw someone beat Dark Souls 1 literally with one hand on the controller playing that. So why?
Well, I was just okay, I was I kind of want to play Dark Souls 3 again, but I kind of I don't like doing normal playthroughs because I kind of find it's gonna sound pretentious, and I'm aware it's kind of boring to just do a normal playthrough. So I kind of like to make some sort of challenge. So I was what can I do? I've done a one-hand run, but it was leveled. So I was oh, let's do SO1 one-hand. That sounds fun. And it was pretty fun. My pinky hurts a little bit because you have to
Do you stretch or do any exercises with that, or your hands? You realize that?
I do this sometimes. I feel that says something.
She's moving her pinky individually, just to that's the flex.
That's it. No, I don't. I know I should. That's kind of what I think about when doing challenge runs. I'm just what? How can I make this interesting? How can I make it more fun? Because I like doing these challenge runs. I'm in the middle of one. It's SO1 broken straight sword.
So you broke the straight sword further, and now you're just at level 1.
Yes. So I did SO1 broken straight sword, but I was Vixit actually started
Vixit?
doing this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you know Vixit.
I don't know if Vixit actually. I think the
But
Souls community has changed a lot since I've been there.
yeah, it has.
So there's a lot of people
But
that's like, I got no idea who these people are. I know you, and then
yeah.
maybe like the big guys who I've never really talked to.
I know it's weird how that happens, how it just shifts
Yeah.
so much. There are all these new people come, and it's really nice. But like Vixit, she started doing that run, and then Kadeb did it, and then
Mm.
I was like, oh, I kind of want to do it. I
Yeah.
stopped doing it just because I'm on Half-Light, and that boss is like
So SL1 is
very
basically when we say SL1, that is level 1. That is the the basic of the basic. You are not upgrading stats. You are not getting stronger. Essentially, you are like the equivalent of like a, I don't even know how to word this. It is like, how do you explain this in terms of, how would you explain it? Actually, that's a great question. How would you explain it to someone who's never understood that or never seen that?
I would just say that like you're just playing like if you any other game, you're just not leveling your character. You're just not
Not improving
I
it,
don't know.
not getting it
Yeah,
better.
you're not improving it. I mean, to be fair, we do upgrade the weapon, but like you're
That's
not
what
putting any stats into the character.
So you're
So
based like it's gonna take you basically everything you get through is gonna still kill you in 1 to 2 hits anyway. Like it's just
yes, so
you are
you're
basically
very
can't
weak.
get hit.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty much like it's a very good way to like learn challenge runs and everything is because it teaches you the bosses because you can't get hit.
Yeah, pretty much. I
So
was I never had problems with the bosses in terms of, well, that's not true, but I never had like I had more issues with the areas getting up to the bosses than the bosses themselves sometimes. That random.
oh man, I remember watching your Deathless Dark
Which one?
Souls 3 thing. It was I think it was the one where you were using
No,
the
sorry, Dark Souls 3. I've only done Dark Souls 3
Dark Souls
and
3. Yeah, yeah,
Bloodborne.
Dark Souls 3. Yeah, so I remember watching that. It was so entertaining because like you had the best luck was because like I knew the like routing
Luck?
and like what the enemies were supposed to do. No, it wasn't luck.
Oh,
No,
luck.
but like there were some things
It's
that
fine.
like the enemies were supposed to do. I'm like, oh my God, he managed to do this. But like it was really entertaining watching you do that. And then when you got to Cinder, I was just like
The stress, the unbelievable
the stress, dude. I can't watch it sometimes, like because I know how I feel and I know
Yeah.
how like I get stressed for you, but you did really
It's
good
the
on
last. It's always the last boss when you're at no deaths and you're just
I
like.
know, and you're just like,
And of course, that's when like you and I think K-Dub K-Dub had raided me an hour before, but he was still there. So
Mhm.
K-Witty, who was our previous guest, or one of our previous guests, he was there. You raided, and then another Nova raided. So there was literally like 200 people there.
oh God,
So-
you can't look at you can't look at that. Like when people just like raid you and you just see your chats like popping off and you're just like, oh God, I can't die right now.
No, it's
But
always
you did really good. That was scary.
I know, but it's definitely like a cakewalk. Thank you very much, but that's definitely on. It's funny that run is actually kind of a cakewalk for people. Like I'd say in your category, not a cakewalk, but it's like you've done that, and that wouldn't be too hard to figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like but you like started like I don't know where did you do a lot of challenge runs before that?
That was my first one.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing
Yeah.
is like you started from like playing the game and then like going to that. So that's the
Mhm.
like difference. Before I even did Deathless, I did, SO1, I did SO1 broken straight sword and
I didn't want to do.
so
the
you
Deathless.
were just like I don't want to do this. Let's just go.
Yeah, I did not want to do the soul level 1 because I tried soul level 1, the level 1 playthrough. I'm like, this is boring. Like, this is boring. I just forget
No, I can
this.
see that, yeah.
It's slow. And then I tried that on Blood. Have you done Bloodborne?
I
think
have
I've ever
not
seen
done
you.
that. Like I did do Bloodborne. I did BL4. Don't do BL4.
No,
It's awful.
I did BL4 with Threaded Cane
You did BL4. Why would you do that?
because I'm a
though?
sadist apparently.
I guess like you're asking me why I'm doing these other things. but
Yeah,
then-
I did it. Oh, so
Wait.
I did actually. So we can come off why you did it, but I did it because I had an ego, and I was like,
Oh.
so that's the same reason I chose
That's
Uchikatana.
why.
So I was like, everyone does the cleaver, everyone does the saw spear. These are 2 weapons in the game. So I came in, I was like, I'm gonna choose the weakest weapon and go level 1 for some reason. I was like, no one does that, and there's a reason no one does that.
then you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It took me 775 deaths to beat Ludwig.
Do he's like that? That's like the start. That's when things really get like.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah. So for those of you, I'm like, I got to make sure I'm not getting too into. I'm still new to podcasting, so but I got to be sure not to get too into the Bloodborne or Dark Souls lingo because no, that's on me, not you. Like, because I realize like just explaining it to people is already hard enough. Like explaining what Twitch streaming is and then explaining what a game is
Yep.
that has absolutely no lore or no explanation.
That's true.
How do you explain streaming to people, actually?
It's really hard because at my old job, I would explain what I do and I'd be like, oh yeah, I play games and like people watch me play games. They'll be like, why? Why don't they just play the games? And then they'll be like, what are you wearing? And I'm like,
oh no. that
so,
is the plight of being a gamer girl, though, for sure. Everyone probably just assumes that.
We won't talk much about that one.
I mean, we don't have to, but it's totally up to you.
But I just explain it like, people just want to watch you do different like challenges or just like your personality and they like want to watch you play games. It's just like how you watch people play sports or whatever.
I just realized, did I ever say your name was BioticNova? I don't know if I did. Well, go follow BioticNova.
BioticNova. I think I said it at the beginning. I think you did.
Okay. Excuse me. This is my first time. But in terms of like pursuing something, because you kind of like, it's a leap of faith to go on streaming for sure. It's also a leap of faith to go challenge running and then streaming. Yes. So what was that convo like with folks?
Okay, so I worked full time for a while and I kind of slowly started streaming a little bit and I was like, slowly getting like an audience. And I was like, I have to quit this job. So I'm just going to, I'm going to say F it and, try to go full-time streaming. But don't do that unless you're, like I
Wait,
had an audience.
Unless you're what?
I was.
No, that's actually good. I want to hear it.
Unless you're like confident that you can like pay your bills and everything. But I want to be like, yeah, you should follow your dreams, but also you need to be logical. It's like, it's a hard like thing.
No, that is in terms of pursuing your passion, that is something legitimate. That's a legitimate reason. That is legitimate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went full time and I was lucky for my channel size, like just in terms of I had a very like great group of people, but like you should go off of you in terms of how to do it full time in terms of like you were a partner, you were growing, you had a huge following. So, but you're doing right. But honestly, following your passion and being logical about it, completely fine.
Yeah, like a lot of people just want to like quit and be like, all right, it's gonna work out. But it's like it's not just that. You do have to be logical about it, unfortunately. But I actually didn't tell. I told my like parents that I quit my job because I had to quit my job for other reasons. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go full-time streaming. I didn't tell Stream. I didn't tell my friends that I quit. I told them I still had a part-time job because I didn't want them to judge me. I didn't want them to be like, wow, you're really full-time streaming? Really? You're going to think that works out? But it worked out in the end.
Yeah,
I didn't tell anybody for like 6 to 9 months.
I asked you at one point, I forget. I think that was a conversation I had with you at one point. And you said, oh yeah, I quit my job full-time.
Yeah.
And nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody knew because they kept asking me like, oh, so do you like work on the side? And I just like I felt bad about pursuing this because like I really love streaming and I felt bad for some reason.
I mean, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
But why did you feel bad about it actually?
Just because, well, it was more bad that I knew people were going to judge me for it. And I knew that they were going to be like, well, that's stupid. Why would you do that? You need to like go get another job or whatever. And also there's already a stigma behind streaming as a job. Like, I hate when I'm on stream and I say, this is my job, because then people will be like, come on,
you're playing games.
This isn't a job. Yeah. And I'm just like, games. But you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like, yes, this, like when I'm on stream, I'm just playing games, but you don't understand like how much like you do. I'm sure you do so much more than I do. I already know that, like behind the scenes, like you never know how much time people like put into like these different like streaming, content creating. And it really is a lot. Like it's more than I worked at my other job, to be honest, a full time.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm not even full time anymore, like in terms of, and I still do just as much work, like in terms of.
You do a lot.
Probably too much, but I'm glad. Thank you for recognizing that.
Kudos to you, though. Like I always see you doing this stuff.
Yeah, it's funny though. It's the also though I would say this, like in terms of size, almost doesn't. I'm almost a testament that size almost truly doesn't matter if you have a supported enough community.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, don't do what I did. Go off of her, please.
I like how we're saying, don't do what I did.
Don't do it. We both are saying, isn't that funny? Like, we both love this, but we both are saying, guys, it is a labor of love for a reason. Like, in terms of, would you change any way you did it again? Like, would you go back and like switch it up?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I think Not really. I don't know. I don't think I no, because I don't regret quitting my job. I don't
No.
regret going full time. I don't think I would change anything. I think maybe I would, put a little bit more effort into things initially, but
Yeah. Like what kind of
that's
effort, I'd
really
say?
it.
What kind of effort would you think
Like just
specifically?
like trying to grow maybe other platforms
Yeah.
instead of just it's hard because when you're a content creator, it's Twitch especially, like you
Twitch
only
sucks at
focus on
growth.
Twitch. And like when you try to move other over to other platforms, like that growth, you see a lot of growth in Twitch, but like YouTube, you're just gonna like
Oh, we're
be
floundering over here.
very
It's great. No.
dude, it's hard. Like
It's
YouTube's
hard, man.
hard. Like
YouTube's a beast, dude.
it is.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would just say I regret not like working on that sooner,
Mhm.
but I don't think that would have changed that much
I
because YouTube's
mean,
just hard in general.
but it's funny, like this is the level of success that you've had on Twitch is like is in such a high percentile. Like most streamers never reach that level ever.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just I think a lot of it did come from like dedicating myself to challenge runs, but
Hmm.
at the same time, I don't think that's a good idea to
No,
do.
but you dedicated to one thing though,
Yeah.
and that's personally from it's so you and I are opposites in a lot of ways. I was
Yeah.
variety. My growth is not as good as people that focus on one thing and get
hmm
good at that one thing.
I honestly think the way to go on Twitch is like get good at one thing and then branch out.
Yeah, once you
You
get to a
know?
because you're splitting more into variety now. The more I've caught on to your channel.
Yeah. And like obviously like, things aren't going to go as like well as if I was focusing that on that one thing again, but
Mhm.
like I do think that variety now is a lot easier to do because I did curate that audience.
No, wait.
Um
So how'd you curate the audience? I'd say.
Just I mean, I curated it from Dark Souls 3 Challenger, and so it's hard to try to get a community Dark Souls especially because they just want to watch Dark Souls.
Yep.
So it's it's kind of hard to curate the audience. So you kind of have to like just have like your community just has to be willing to branch out of Dark Souls. And I don't know how I did it. I just got lucky with my community, I guess.
I mean, you do like, but you
But
have something that like, okay, so you have like the skill, obviously, you have the knowledge and at least like the drive, but you actually do have you have a great personality on top of that, which is the key feature why people stick around with you. So, I mean, that's I don't want you to sell yourself short on that front.
okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I get what you mean. It is such a hard thing to branch out, especially from
It
Souls.
really is.
So how do we do
Souls is a very
that?
dedicated fandom. You kind of just have to like, you know,
every
win them over.
every
Shining
community has
personality.
their thing, has their issue. I'd
They
say.
do. Mine, yeah. My chat's just a bunch of like degens, I would say.
Degen
And I
guys.
think, yeah. I think they like that I'm also okay. I'm not the degenerate. Okay, I'm not a degen.
Degen is
Okay.
short for degenerate.
Uh, just want everyone to know I'm very nice. I'm not degen like my chat might say.
She's quite here's the difference between me and the chat. Flex, I've actually met her and she's very very nice in person. So yes.
See, I'm nice in person and shy.
And super tall.
Yes, I'm very tall. Thank you, thank you. My
Yes.
chat needs to know that.
No, and I mean, especially for being like being a girl on stream and things like that. It's definitely like you have a lot of guys in your chat. Like that's just
I do.
yep.
Being a girl on Twitch is just it's its own thing.
Mhm.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But especially in the Souls community, because you will have people that will go in there and be like, you only have these viewers because you're a girl.
Yeah.
But then you're also doing these challenge runs, and you're just like, really though? Like
Like zero respect for your
is
actual
that
skill.
yeah,
Yeah.
no respect. Trying to backseat you
Yeah.
things you already know because you played the game a million times.
You're definitely one of like the prime examples that I usually go anytime like a girl can't play a game. Like I can list like five that are better than me, and then like, you come up and then a few others. So it's just like, thankfully I've met like some really nice streamers like you in general. But Twitch is an animal when it comes to like dealing with guys on there.
It is, yeah.
But how do you like ignore all that? How do you just kind of drive through it? Because you clearly love what you do.
I don't know. At some point, you just have to like not care about what like people say. I kind of just like when people come in my chat and like say those things, I don't take things personally anymore. I just like joke about it
Mhm.
and then move on. Like always get people like insulting your skills, insulting your looks or whatever, and I look at it and be like, well, they're
Yeah.
on Twitch just making fun of people, so like why would I care about
No.
that?
Now,
So
would you? Yeah, I mean that's That's great. At what point did you kind of feel that was happening for you? Like you kind of just like everything water off like your back kind of thing?
Probably like it was a while ago. I was definitely more sensitive whenever I started streaming because like I wasn't used to it, to the Twitch culture. So I would say like it's been like 2 years since I've just been like, whatever, who cares?
How long have you been streaming at this point?
4
years?
4 years.
Oh, you said your stream anniversary a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go follow Nova and use her Twitch Prime. Go subscribe.
Twitch Prime.
What's your least favorite Twitch sentence? What's your least favorite Twitch thing to say?
I never say Twitch Prime.
You don't?
Yeah, no. I forget it's a thing sometimes. Cause like my chat will advertise it for me. I'm like, oh yeah, Prime Gaming. Is it Prime Gaming now?
I think it's Prime Gaming now, but we still say just Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Twitch Prime is essentially a way to support a streamer directly through a subscription. You get ads, blah blah blah. For free. Yeah, this is the whole podcast now. The whole podcast is
yeah.
So, how would you define like passion or pursuit of passion in general? Like, what was your approach kind of be to it? You need a second, by the way. Yeah, take your time.
I was gonna say I might need a second. I'm really bad at questions like these because I like overthink them and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna sound stupid.
You haven't sounded stupid at any point in time, just for the record. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just say, I don't know, passion's just something that you really enjoy. You know, I knew I was passionate about streaming in Dark Souls because like whenever I would be like, you know, just going about my day, be like, oh, I get to stream later. I get to play Dark Souls later. I'd be excited about it. So like you'll have like all these things to do throughout the day, but like you're excited for that thing.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
No, you're doing great.
Pretty much that, I guess. But yeah. And also like another way to like kind of I thought about this before because there has been times where I was like, you know what, maybe I don't want to stream. But then I thought about it and I'm just like, no, I do want to stream. And I think that's kind of a way to realize you're passionate about something is like, you can't imagine what it would be like without that thing.
Well,
without, you know, your community, your stream, your content. So yeah, I couldn't imagine not streaming. So.
Yeah. I mean, what would plan B be for you?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Very rich.
Just give me a few years. No, for the record, we had a joke where she said I had to become a doctor at some point in time, but that was it. I did get a job at a medical company, but not quite a doctor or someday.
Not quite a doctor.
Sorry, my bad. I do love how you say that. Like in terms like your day could be really crappy, but your thing that you love at the end of the day is the thing you're just constantly looking forward to. So I really do want to know what your plan B was though. Besides marry rich.
I don't know.
Nothing at all. Like, did you go to school?
So I was going to school for veterinary medicine.
Okay.
Which I stopped going to get a job in a vet clinic to like make sure that's what I wanted to do.
That's good though.
So I worked there for like 3 years, and then I ended up having to quit because medical issues.
Oh.
But now I don't know what, because I realized I didn't want to be a vet after working at that clinic. So that's another good thing is I made sure not to spend a bunch of money doing something that I didn't want to do. I figured that out.
Oh, you're a step of a lot of people our age in that front. Actually, you're younger than me, so it's my age. I'm
younger than you?
I'm 29.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wait, how old did you think I was?
Not 29. I thought you were like 25 or 26. I thought I was older.
Oh my gosh. Wait, really?
Yeah, I didn't know you were older than me.
I know I act a certain way, but geez.
Nothing on how you act.
That's really funny though.
Okay. I just assumed.
Yeah, so
I was like 26. Yeah, that seemed like a good age.
Yeah, it kind of all blends at a certain point. Late 20s is all one age group anyway.
That's true.
No, but you caught up ahead of people in terms of you tried something, you figured out an idea for a passion, and you're like, I want to try this, but you didn't dump a bunch of money into it and felt stuck.
Yeah, definitely realized that was not something that I wanted to look out on. So like now I have no idea what my plan B would be, which is not a good thing, but you know, that's a problem for future me.
Future me will be fine.
Future me will be fine. I'll just stream until I'm like 60. It'll be fine.
No, you'll be good.
There's a market for that.
For 60-year-old streamers? Yeah, there is
there's like a grandma.
There's a grandma Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim. Grandma.
Yeah, lady.
Grandma Shirley. Her name is Grandma Shirley.
She's so nice.
She's so sweet. Oh, I would love to be that when I'm older. Just play Skyrim. She still posts. She still posts pictures on
Aw.
Twitter about like Skyrim. I was here today.
That's so sweet.
Right? So freaking pure. My goodness.
I don't think I'm nice enough for that.
Oh shush.
Anyways.
No, the in terms of so we got to find a plan B for you. No, but what is one thing I'd say, like in terms of, you're passionate about this. What's the thing you wish you would be passionate about? It doesn't have to be just a job, by the way, because like, career, hobby, that kind of thing. What's one thing you wish
Like
you're passionate about?
The first thing that comes to mind is like health. I
Health.
wish I was really passionate about like, eating better, being healthier. That's like the first thing that comes to mind, but I feel like that's a lame answer. But
So
that's
no
that's
Taco
like
Bell.
I hate Taco Bell. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We need to get over Taco Bell, okay? As a society, it'll make us
say
better.
goodbye to our sponsorship by Taco Bell in the future. Perfect.
Just in case, just kidding, Taco Bell, I love you. But I would just say I wish I was more passionate about things outside of streaming, I guess. Because like
Okay.
I do tend to like hyper focus on like one thing, like streaming is my focus right now. So like outside of that, I'm just like whatever. So that's a lame answer. Anything but streaming is
No,
my
that's
answer.
totally no. I mean, that's perfectly legit. I mean, I can definitely worry. It's like, to be honest, Twitch is like, I want to say a 5-year, 10-year game kind of thing. It's not really past that. I mean, it can be in smaller quantities, but it's definitely a young guy's game. It's definitely a young person's game, which is totally
you're
fine.
Like, huge streamer, but
I mean, honestly, the transition for you. By the way, you're very good at this. By the way, I'd say like even this kind of thing, talk show podcast could be in your future. Just saying. But what would you talk about?
I'll write that in my. That's the issue. I can't ever think about anything to talk about. I would talk about
There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Your 2 dogs.
Yes, my 2 dogs. Who's not behind me right now? He was sleeping. It was really cute, but yeah. I don't know.
What are your dogs' names?
Bandit and Kiba. I have a Chihuahua and a Shiba Inu.
Okay.
And Kiba may or may not be from Naruto, but
Kiba Night. That's right. I won't bring that up. Yeah, first anime crush. No, I'm just joking. Yeah,
we don't talk about Kakashi here.
No Kakashi here. I'm pretty sure everyone loves Kakashi though. Who doesn't love Kakashi?
Who doesn't?
Now I have some. I do got a couple questions from our Patreon page. Let me go really fast here. Yeah, do you have another project? Do you have any other projects coming up actually past because you switched over to variety a little bit, but
just focusing on variety really. I don't really have anything like up and coming.
No.
I should.
No, it's fine. I've seen you. Yeah, sure. For you, I would say start. Legit answer. I would say just start posting your challenge runs, even a broken up version of them on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not easy, but definitely you can even just hire some editors to do it. Because honestly, like I know I suck at editing, so I hire editors. That's where.
Yeah, I have an editor, but I'd have to hire another one because like I feel like it, unless you just want to post once a week, it's hard to just like have one editor. It's expensive.
Yeah, I would say find some people willing to work with you. Because there's people that want to just bolster their resume up and kind of go from there. Like they want to find some people. There are streamers out there, or not even streamers. There's people out there. I can even recommend a few to you, by the way. Yeah, I have a couple wonderful lady editors. They're both awesome, and they churn out so much stuff that I don't even have the thumbnails to post right now. So yeah. But what I do, like your variety stuff, you could literally take highlights from that, throw it on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been doing that a little bit, but I've been lazy. I've been slacking.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's you've got a lot genuinely on your plate, and for you to pull away, here's the thing, for you're doing so well at Twitch in terms of just you almost pulling away to focus on something else. While it would be beneficial, it can be a detriment if you're not making like enough stuff kind of thing. So I don't think you're doing anything wrong particularly. From my outside view, but I mean, let me find.
Also, YouTube is just like YouTube for some reason just stresses me out. I don't know why.
What about?
I don't know. It's just like you have to think of like what you want on your channel. Like, and then there's so many people like do you want to just upload VODs? Do you want to upload clips? Do you want to upload highlights? Because like so many people have been like, why don't you do a VOD channel and a highlight channel? I'm like,
I do that.
You want me to do 2 channels?
No, the VOD channel is super easy. I literally just go in, I title the stream later. So I'll end the stream either tonight or the next day I'll retitle it DM Culture and VOD and throw whatever was on there with the date, and I just throw it up. We've already, like within a month, 50 subs just because, which isn't really a lot, but
maybe I'll do that.
It's super easy, and if it launches, great. If it doesn't, who cares? It took you 2 seconds.
That's true. I overthink things like crazy, so I need to just do it and not think about it. Just
no, everyone.
I'm an overthinker.
Man, so many people are in that, but I overthink things like crazy. So I feel you there. It's debilitating, isn't it?
Yep.
Absolutely. Let's see. I would say here's a question for you from one of our people. What is one piece of advice you give to other women who are new or want to get into streaming?
Other advice. Well, like I said before, you kind of have to be mentally strong. You can't look at like these comments that people like, say in chat and like let it affect you. So honestly, like my main piece of advice would be to like just ignore like those people, like the trolls or whatever. And I used to do this thing where I tried to like be the cool, girl and like joke and like try to win them over. Like I'm cool because I'm not gonna like instantly ban you. Like I'm gonna win you over, and like because like the thing is I didn't want to be like labeled as like a snowflake, because like that's like if you ban them they're like typical,
Yeah,
but just ban them. Just ban them. Just like it's not worth it. Like you don't want that. Another thing I would say is like just do what you want. Don't let these people stop you. You're gonna have people. Unfortunately, no matter what you do, you're gonna have people that are gonna like be in your chat trolling you, but just gotta ignore them and ban them. Move on. That's like the main thing that you can do. Yeah.
No, I guess that's solid advice in terms of that. And another question: what's one thing you wish you knew before you started streaming?
I kind of wish I knew.
That's a hard one. That's pretty broad.
That is a hard one. That is a hard one. Like, cause there's like there's like the streamer aspect of it where I wish I knew like how there's a lot of clicks on stream or on Twitch, like a lot of click communities.
Oh yeah.
I wish I knew that. Like, I wish I knew about that. Like, I'm not saying it's like high school or whatever. Like,
but it kind of is like high school.
But it kind of is like high school. I wish I did know that. Like, don't get too upset about that. Don't get too upset about your online streamer relationships. Like, falling through, because there's a lot of like clickiness.
I'd say like even a good example is like I'd say like you and me, like we've been streamer friends, but we haven't really gotten the chance to work with each other on things like you never should take offense to that. Obviously, know that streamers are always just busy with their own stuff. You have your own stuff.
Exactly.
So never feel like that should be a pressure for you to say.
And then like another thing I would say is like what I knew before streaming. It's not really like answering this question, but
go away, shoot for
general advice, I guess. I wish I knew not to like compare myself to other people, because there are going to be situations where like maybe you there's always it's so like unfortunate, but there's always like that one person that you'll look at and you'll be like, we were on that same level and now they're doing better. And you don't do that. You don't want to do that, because like there's other like situations like that. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. There's other factors at play there. I wish I knew not to like compare myself to other people, because that will never, be good. Never. I personally, I would never look at view count, but
you don't look at view count?
I know you do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't do that. I turn it off.
I check it occasionally through the stream. That is just because a variety streamer, it's to gauge what's working, what's not.
Yes. So I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't do it in the middle of stream, because if I do it in the middle of stream and it's not what I projected and it's like lower, for example, that'll bring my mood down. And so that's why if I ever check, it's after. So I'll like, it won't affect me, because if my mood goes down, then like my quality of entertainment goes down. So it's like,
if you're in a bad mood, no one's gonna have fun. As long you need to be having the most fun.
Exactly.
And her channels are a lot of fun to watch. Go watch it. So what is one of the greatest leap? Oh, okay. What is one of the greatest leaps of faith you've had to take in your life? Could be work, streaming related. It doesn't have to be. Actually, this is kind of open ended. This doesn't even have to be streaming.
Man, leaps of faith. I mean, but it would be streaming. I know that's so lame, but like totally literally, it was just quitting my job to full-time stream. That was like probably that was a big leap of faith. I didn't know that I would. I wasn't even partner at the time that I quit.
Wait, you weren't?
No.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why it was like a huge leap of faith. I was just like, all right, let's just go in on this. Cause it went from me streaming from like 10 or like 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. for 3 days a week. I was like, I'm not going to grow like that. Like,
nope.
Oh, another thing before streaming, schedules. Schedules are important. Anyways.
Yeah, that one's big.
Yeah, that's a big one. But
consistent schedules. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to do 5 days a week, for 6 hours or so. And then, yeah, here we are. So that was a big leap of faith. Ended up working out.
Pretty awesome.
So
right?
that's, yeah, it's crazy how that worked. I wouldn't recommend.
No, go. You wouldn't recommend what?
I wouldn't recommend doing that, especially if, at the size I was at, but
wait, what size? Can you just, no, don't say that. No, what is the, what was the size of your channel?
I would say like 60 to 70 average viewers, maybe.
You were at that point? Oh no, I thought you went later.
Nope.
Dang. Okay.
I was like, full send it. Let's go.
Full send. Oh no. Granted, though, you do live in a part of the country where it's much more viable to do than some other parts, and I think.
Yeah, I do live in like Texas, so like it wasn't,
that is
as
something
bad
to note,
to do.
folks. Really dependent on where you live. Like, if you really want to go be a streamer,
yes,
like, go to some small town that has internet and Wi-Fi that you can afford, because a few subs a month you can go pretty far with.
I would definitely not recommend doing that in like California.
I did it in LA. I've done it in DC. I need to go back to Hawaii and do it there. But yeah,
you're gonna go to Hawaii?
I'll move back to Hawaii. I might as well at this point. Okay, let me see what else here. Streaming is complicated and there's a lot of background tasks that need doing. How do you maintain focus to get them all done so they don't take over every waking minute? So I guess, like, how do you balance your life in a way?
Ugh, I don't. It's hard because like a lot of my day revolves around streaming.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of just, if I have tech issues, I need to figure that out ASAP. Everything else is kind of on the back burner after that. Like, that's my job. I got to figure it out. Streaming takes priority for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's bad, but like I'll have people, ask me to like hang out on a stream day. Like they'll be like, "Hey, Saturday, do you want to go out?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. I'm working." Like,
I think people still don't quite understand. Like, when they say you're streaming, they think it's a hobby.
Yeah, they don't see it as a job, which it's like I can understand because you're like, "Oh yeah, you're making your own schedule, so you can do it, whatever." But
there's a level of freedom, which is great, but still,
that is true.
If you're not streaming, you're not making money. Really,
exactly.
Like, I mean, you and I probably agree. It's not like quote unquote all about the money, but at the same time, it is a job, and that's how you pay your bills and work.
Exactly. It's such a weird thing though, because like I hate like saying stuff like that because it's like everyone knows, if it's your full-time job, that's how you make money.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you feel guilty for being like, oh, I'm not making money if I'm not streaming, because you're just like, okay, but I should be streaming like just for like the community and whatever. But it's like, at the same time, that's like your job. So it's always weird to like say that stuff, even though everyone knows it's, it's just your job. But I don't really know how to answer that other question though.
Just in terms of keeping balance. No, you're fine. You prioritize what you love, and honestly, you love your job. You love what you're doing, and I mean, who knows how long it kind of goes on for? But like while you're riding that wave, ride it high, right? What's been your least favorite experience streaming?
Least favorite experience streaming.
We'll go toward a favorite moment in a second, but let's go down first.
I can't think of like a specific moment, but obviously the people that'll come in your chat and just say people are only watching you because, general negativity. I also do think with streaming, it's made me a lot more like, you have to be really mentally stable to be able to stream.
Yes.
And so one of my least favorite parts of streaming is I'm very like hyper aware of like what people think of me, and like, or not hyper aware, but like you want to have everybody like you. And so you can't always have that. So when you have people coming into your chat saying like, oh, people only watch you because you're a girl, oh, like, all that other stuff, I really like brings down that mental state. But yeah, I guess that's just the least favorite part about streaming is just idiots in chat.
Idiot people in chat. Yep.
Idiot people in chat.
Idiot people in chat. In terms, then we'll flip it over. And then your favorite moment. What's been a couple favorite moments of yours so far in stream? Challenges or completions or big sub donos or something like that.
I've had
the Tifa cosplay.
Oh wait, actually, that's my least favorite moment in streaming is the Tifa cosplay. You just reminded me
because I remember that moment.
The whole Marby's Day.
What's Marby's Day? Oh, Marby's Day.
Marby's Day. I did a stream where I just streamed marbles, and I didn't win at all.
Wait, how many games?
I streamed for 4 hours.
Okay, 4 hours of marbles is a game on Twitch that you literally just you throw a marble down a hill, and then the first one, it's like a race, marble race. So what you can do, people in chat can just hop in. If they type a code in, they can play, and you'll see like the name with their marble next to yours, and you just run down the hill. Yep. You played 4 hours, didn't win?
Didn't win. I don't know how it's possible, but I didn't win.
That's what the channel meme comes from.
Yep. I am a loser when it comes to marbles. Can't win. But my best moments, I've had a lot of really great opportunities because of streaming with K-Dub as well. We had opportunities together. I got to host one of the Follow Friday things for Twitch on their Twitch channel talking about Dark Souls. That was fun.
You both did great.
Yes. So which was like kind of awkward because like there was a bit of lag when we were talking. So like sometimes we'd talk over each other and it'd be like really awkward. But other than that, I got to do GlitchCon, which was even bigger. That was super exciting because that was like the first online like Twitch convention event thing that they did, and I got to participate in that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, wow, like all of like these opportunities are coming from streaming. So that was really cool. Mm-hmm. Definitely was really nervous for that one though.
I actually don't remember the GlitchCon that much. That whole year kind of just blended into one thing.
Yeah, every 2020 just kind of blended. The GlitchCon, I raced K-Dub. I should have won, by the way. It was BS. I raced K-Dub.
Wait, one more time for posterity.
No, nothing. K-Dub, you did really great, and you deserved it. But we did crowd control, pretty much Dark Souls 3 speedrun. We raced to the tree boss.
Okay.
And
that's
chat
short.
Controlled. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It was like, I can't remember how long, 10 minutes maybe?
20 minutes, 10 minutes, yeah.
30 minutes if you're casual. No, I'm just kidding.
The salt is real, folks. See, it comes from out of nowhere.
But it was crowd control, so chat got to like mess up our screens and whatever.
Oh, cool.
And the reason I say that I should have won, which no, KW, you deserve to win. By the way, this is my my thing from GlitchCon.
She's holding up a
trophy
with a lamb on it.
It's a goat. It's a goat.
It looks like a lamb.
I'm a goat.
Oh, it makes sense though. It makes more sense that it's a goat.
His screen didn't get the effect that my screen did, and I lost because of it. So he glitched GlitchCon. It was BS.
We'll have to go to the tapes for that one.
Yeah, we'll go to the tapes for that. But that was definitely one of the highlights, and it's really cool that I actually did get to like do these opportunities with Kwitty as well. Any
one streamer you'd like to stream with besides me, of course? Any other
obviously.
Any one streamer you'd like to do a co-stream with?
That I haven't already done a co-stream with? I don't know, because I don't want to like say anybody, because then they'll be like, why is she saying me?
But it's more like it's like almost like picking a celebrity you want to hang out with.
Anybody? Yeah, Pokimane.
It's great. Exactly.
I'll teach her Dark Souls no hit.
And she'll teach you, what does she play?
How to make money.
How to make that. She plays a great game making money.
Yeah, exactly. That's the game.
Oh, can we? Okay, I know you just said it's your least favorite moment, but the Tifa cosplay. The reason I bring that up is because of what happened and why it started. Can you please explain to people what happened?
Okay, why it started? Mm-hmm. I was playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and I said as a joke that if I got 3,000 subs, I would cosplay as Tifa, because I was like, that's way out of the reach, and I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. And then someone came into chat, and they were like, what if you got the equivalent to what you would receive for 3,000 subs? Like, instead of 3,000 subs, because everyone knows that, like, it's
so one sub is $5, and streamers essentially get half. So you give $2.50 per sub. So essentially, right.
Yeah, so they were like, "What if I give you this much instead?" I was like, "Okay, sure, yeah, whatever." And I'm just chilling, playing Final Fantasy VII, and then boom, that dono comes through. I can't remember how much it was, but I was at like
It was
a
like
thousand
25.
subs at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot,
25
and I
3,
was like,
something stupid.
"Oh no." Like obviously I'm excited because it's like, that's a lot of money and anyone would be excited about that. But then I'm like, oh, now I have to do this.
We need
So
to
that's how
find
came
that
to
clip, and I need to post that like when we post the episode. I need to post that below.
Yeah, it was a fun time. And then I had to do the Tifa cosplay, so that was fun for everybody but me.
Fun for everybody but you. The Tifa cosplay isn't necessarily what we call the most
yeah. Let's just everyone.
It's a great costume design. That's all I'll say. We'll leave it.
It's a great costume design.
Great costume design. But honestly, would you do anything else like cosplay? Like, are there any cosplays that you want to do? Because you do dip into that.
I would do some cosplays. Like the only thing is cosplay is expensive.
Yup.
And I have this problem where I can't really like stream in wigs. They give me headaches. I don't know if you.
I've done a wig once, and it did. I dressed up as I did Geralt one time, and that was
did it give you a headache?
It did because I had a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and like I have all this, so I have to like put it up. So I would that's why I kind of like steer towards just like redheaded characters. Like I did like the Triss thing, and But I would totally
so
do
for those of you that are
cosplay
not watching the video, like go check out her channel. She actually has really good, just really great red hair. So it makes perfect sense. Pantene and L'Oreal, please contact. Please contact BioticNova. She's a great stream, has lots of viewers, and has good red hair. Perfect.
But yeah, I would totally branch into that if it weren't.
If it weren't what? Expensive?
Just expensive and, wigs and all that.
Yeah. Just stick with the redheaded characters. You can do Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Miss Fortune.
I'm
just kidding.
You don't want to do that.
Just kidding.
Oh gosh, if you thought Tifa was bad.
Never. I will never.
So no League with me. Got it. That's fine.
No League of Legends. That's not allowed on my computer. I set it up as
Just blocked it.
Yeah, I just blocked it.
What's one game you would like really want to dive into if you could just jump into it, like be good at that one, like the same level you are at Souls, if not better.
Let's see. What would I want to do? I don't know. Marby's. I would love to be good at Marby's. I just know games I want to play. Like I want to play like Shadow of the Colossus and stuff like that. Like I think that would be really fun.
That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Never played that game. I think that'd be super fun.
I'm gonna buy it for you, so you are.
Is it on?
It's on PlayStation. It's on Steam and PlayStation.
Oh, I didn't know it was on Steam. Is it a good port though? Like, because I've always had issues with like.
Port's fine. Port's great. Seriously, from what I've seen, people like it. If I remember, it's on. I can check right now. Actually, it's on Steam. But actually, what is your? I just should have asked Katie this. What's your like top 5 games of all time?
Okay.
You were like, I'm ready for this one.
The series.
Great pick.
I won't choose a game.
Okay. These are out of order, right? These don't have to be.
Oh, these are in order. These are in order.
Okay,
Mass Effect, Dragon Age, BioShock, Dark Souls. I don't know what number 5 would be, but that's my top 4.
Okay. So I don't think Shadow of the Colossus is on Steam. Let me check one more time because I thought it was.
Which, if anyone hasn't played Mass Effect, you should totally play Mass Effect.
Especially with the. Yeah, it's not on PC. Okay, it's on PS5, PS4. So if you have that.
Okay.
No, that's a top 5 for me for sure. But Mass Effect, did you finish your playthrough?
I didn't finish the one that I was doing on stream just because like. The thing about Mass Effect is I didn't know if like my chat liked it because yeah, it's like it's a very, especially Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 and 3 are a little bit different, but Mass Effect 1 is very
slog.
Like it's slow to start and like the controls are the controls and like there's a lot. It's very dialogue heavy. So Mass Effect is one of those games where like you don't want to skip dialogue and you want to be immersed. So I kind of just stopped playing it on stream because like I couldn't get as immersed as I would off stream.
That's actually a good point to bring up in terms of like story games versus action games because Dark Souls closer to action. There's no story.
Definitely, yes. Yeah, I definitely like that's another reason why like I love story games. It's one of the reasons why I never finished Witcher 3 on stream. It's because
Ooh.
that's another game that like I really like to be immersed in, and I feel like I wasn't able to enjoy it as much
I
playing
finished
on
that.
stream.
I finished that one. That one to me was easier to finish than like that Mass Effect. I'm playing through both Mass Effect and Dragon Age right now, and
Ooh.
Dragon Age is really great. But I do have to say the pace is so unbelievably slow. It is so slow.
Are you playing Inquisition or Origins?
I've beaten Inquisition. Inquisition was fine.
Yeah.
Origins. I'm playing
Origins. Oh, Origins is really slow. I love
good
Origins.
Lord.
That's my favorite Dragon Age. But it's like if you're playing a mage, especially,
Mm-hmm.
it's very slow.
I think I'm doing a rogue, dwarf rogue.
Okay, okay.
No.
Dwarf rogue. Yeah, I did like an elf mage, so like
The slowest.
it is very slow.
Who's your romance?
Okay, I have a really bad like romance history in BioWare games. Okay, in the first game, I romanced. Have you played it at all, or
I am halfway through. I'm halfway through.
Okay,
right
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
But I started romancing Alistair, and then I changed my mind and romanced Severin, which Severin's really sweet. Okay, I don't care what you say about him.
That's fine. I'm just gonna. I'll remember that later. It's cool.
In Inquisition, I romance Solus.
You romance Solus in Inquisition?
I did romance Solus. I don't regret it.
I would kind of regret it if I were you.
Did you play the DLC?
The Jaws of Hawken, something like that? Harkon?
Trespasser.
No, I did not.
You have to play Trespasser though.
Judgment. Okay, I will definitely. I actually don't like DLCs in games. It's kind of funny.
I normally don't, but like Trespasser is definitely like a story. Like it's very important to the story, but I hate when they make DLC necessary to complete games.
No, it drives me nuts. I mean, with like Mass Effect.
More.
I know, that's all I want, more money. Makes sense. It's business. But the Mass Effect, I only did one DLC, and it was for Mass Effect 3 because I was so pumped about it.
Citadel?
No, I never did Citadel. I did the job. I love Mass Effect, but it's like 3 left such a bitter taste in my mouth that I never wanted to go back.
You know what's funny? There's a DLC in Mass Effect 2 called Arrival that's actually very important to the beginning of Mass Effect 3. Like,
I remember
if you don't play
people
Mass
saying
Effect,
that, but yeah, I never played that.
If you don't play it, you're just clueless as to what's happening in Mass Effect 3, like the opening of it.
I think I did play that one then because I remember like, oh dude, I remember. Were you there? Wait, did you play Mass Effect 3 when it first came out, midnight kind of release?
I wasn't. I played it. I didn't play Mass Effect until like everything was already out.
Done. Okay. So yeah, we played on like the midnight release, and there was like a Twitter feed. BioWare had this thing. It was like the Reapers are like they gave an entire thing, and everyone was in on it too. So it was really cool to see like people like tweeting about they're in London. They're like everyone was going when Twitter used to be fun. When Twitter used to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Least. Oh yeah. What's your least favorite social?
Twitter. Yep.
F Twitter.
Twitter is awful. I wish I didn't have to have it.
Honestly, that's the only reason I keep it is for companies, like to get in contact and meet companies. Which has worked, by the way.
Same here.
Do you reach out? How do you reach out to companies, actually? That's a great
email. I email them.
Okay.
I just, why not?
Yeah.
But I actually don't go through Twitter a lot. I should, because I hear Twitter is really good with like engagement.
Yeah. In terms of, so I guess like how would you word which companies do you target?
Like just companies that like, for example, like, like I needed a new chair and I was like,
your chair is cool.
Shoot my shot. I decided I was like, you know what, I'm gonna email Herman Miller, try to work something out. So I kind of just like go based off of the things that I already like. Like for example, like I could maybe try Nanoleaf or something because they're always in the background.
Why did I never think of like going for lights and then and those kinds of things? That's ingenious.
Yeah, so like how many people always talk about like these lights. So it's cool. Like, yeah, so there's so many different things. It's just based on what I already like. I mean, there's obviously sometimes if I were to reach out for things that like I think they would say no, but I decide to shoot my shot anyways, it's for things that I already...
The worst thing they say is no.
Worst thing they can say is no. Exactly.
Yeah. That's actually
like
good.
I've been rejected by other things too, and it's just like whatever. They just say no.
They just say no, or they just leave you on red. They ghost you.
That is the thing that drives me crazy the most. It's like, just say no.
In dating or in companies?
Companies.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have that experience in date. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Just.
I'm the one that ghosts. No, I'm just kidding. I would never ghost anybody. That's mean.
She ghosted me. It's fine. No. No. Do companies reject you straight up, or they say we're not like hit certain numbers, or like they like give you direction kind of thing, or
like you'll apply for some things and then like you'll get rejected, or they'll say like you're like it's more. What have I gotten rejected by? Like, for example, I applied for like an Elgato sponsorship or something.
They don't accept anybody.
They don't I knew I was going to get rejected because like there's no way I have enough viewers. And this was back when I got like, 350 or so viewers.
Right.
They rejected me. So I was just like, yeah, might as well apply for that. They, reject you and they're like, oh, sorry. I think that's like one of the ones I got rejected for. Other things are like you want to like maybe like do a sponsor for a game. Mm-hmm. And then they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, we're not doing sponsors, but here's a game key instead." Like,
yeah, I've gotten game keys.
That's the worst that happens. Is like they'll say no and give you a game key.
Right, they have no problem handing out game keys. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how easy it is to get game keys.
Like, I never knew that until like a year ago, where I was like, "Oh my god."
There's some sites you can go to, but it's better to go directly through the PR firm once you figure out who it is, and they're willing to like just hand you keys, especially like small indie games. They're like, "We want you to play this to show it off to people."
Yep.
Not all the games are going to be hits, but it's a free game and you're not out any money and you help them. But
exactly.
I mean, streamers are not rolling in dough unless they're at like unless they're like 500,000 plus viewers. And even then, people
are always like, "You're a millionaire." I'm like, okay, I know that's a meme, but people do think that I make like a bunch of money. I'm just like, no, that's not how that works.
No, I think people really, it's the same. It's similar to like the field of acting where people like get disillusioned where they think, oh, you're making so much money. It's like, no, I had one line, I made $2,000 that day and I haven't worked all year. So I mean, streaming can be more lucrative than acting, but, in terms of like asking out other companies for things and things like that, make sure you do have a following. Don't like some sort of following, like around, I'd say 50 plus viewers, you can get some sway. But if you're like at 10, 12 viewers, I mean, you can shoot your shot, but I mean, you're probably going to get straight up just no.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's good advice. 50 or more. Yeah. For sure.
Because I'm just going to work for me. Because I wouldn't dare try at 20.
I definitely never tried anything at 20.
No. Any like last things you'd say for any last strings of little advice for people that want to pursue acting? Or not, sorry, acting. Good Lord, streaming.
Acting.
Acting. Anyways, any advice for actors? No, any advice for any like up and like streamer girls or just streamers and challenge runners in general?
Challenge runners and streamer girls.
Just streamers. Doesn't have to be just
streamers
girls.
In
just
general.
Streamers.
Oh God, I've already given
you're
so
not
much.
You're not beholden just the streamer girl faction. Just for the record.
Only the streamer girls.
Just streamer girls. Yeah. That's it. No one else. No, but I've learned a lot from you, and I've learned a lot from you in general, just for the record. So definitely take notes from her, folks.
I think just the main like bit of advice is if you do decide to start streaming, just make sure you're like mentally stable to do that, because it does take a mental toll on you. I don't know if you get like, mental.
I'd say to be very upfront, I'd say like right now I'm definitely going through that in terms of just like, you'll have moments where it's just like, I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, am I doing the right thing? Exactly. Creator block, or like,
just, I want them to know that that's normal.
Yep.
Like people go through that. Like I went through that like last week where I was like having a breakdown. That's like normal. But if that's happening to you a lot, maybe it's not the right, like.
It's totally okay if streaming is not for you. It's genuine. Yeah. I don't even encourage new people to start streaming, like, because I know.
I know how like mentally draining it can be. And just never compare yourself to other people, because when you do that, that's just gonna encourage you to go like spiral and go through that mental stuff. It's just not good to compare yourself, unless it's in a positive way. Because like you can compare yourself, but it's more I aspire to be like that person instead of I want to be that person right now, and why am I not there? It's okay to ask questions, but
I think that's a great way to look at it.
Not in a negative way.
No, that's a great way to look at it. Just spin it into a positive thing. Where can we find you across the board? Why don't you plug all your stuff right now? This is your time.
Okay. Well,
you got 5 seconds. No, I'm kidding.
5 seconds. It's BioticNova on everything. Twitch.tv/BioticNova. I have a Twitter, Instagram. TikTok, I
BioticNova.
guess.
You
YouTube,
do have a TikTok.
BioticNova.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do anything on TikTok really, but
I completely forgot. You have a sister streamer too.
I do have a sister streamer, yes.
So
oh man, that's a whole other topic, but
we can talk about it if you want.
we can talk about it for like 5 minutes, I guess.
Couple minutes,
but, like,
yeah, we can
pretty
keep it
much,
quick.
Like, I love that my sister's a streamer and I love her and I support her. The one bad thing about my sister being a streamer is people do tend to compare you. And like, that's the whole thing. Yep. You should never compare yourself to anybody. And like, people do tend to make it like a competition, and that sucks.
As someone with siblings, I can see why.
Yeah.
I have three brothers, so
yeah,
we
so
compare.
Yeah. And like, me and my sister try not to do that, and we're like supportive of each other, and like, we don't do that but like, there are people that will like come into our chat and be like, hey, I see your sister's like doing better than you, or they'll come into my chat and be like, crappy. You're a better streamer than your sister. And I'm like, why would I want to hear that? Like, you don't go into my stream and say that. That's my sister.
Right.
Or like, people say the same about me and her stream.
Yeah, which is that's rude.
Yeah, exactly. But that's my opinion that's not really an opinion. That's just what happened.
That's just it's my opinion on the facts.
It's a fact.
So when's the next time? When do you stream throughout the week?
I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I just don't stream Tuesdays and Sundays. And I stream at 8 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Which I should be streaming right now.
We'll get you over there in just 1 second. Is there a different dynamic that happens because you both stream? How do you guys deal with that between you? Between her and I? Or between the sisters? I'm assuming between the sisters. Go.
I'm assuming between the sisters.
Yeah.
Me and my sister. There's definitely a dynamic that happened a while ago where we kind of were competitive, and we kind of like. There was a time where, I would be honest, we didn't like being in each other's streams because we didn't like seeing the other person succeed, and we're like, that's so toxic, because like these people that came into my chat made me like not want to see my sister succeed, and like, that's so bad. Like, why would I not want her to succeed? So now it's like a better dynamic. I'll go into her chat, she'll come into my chat, we're supportive. But like, back then it did change the dynamic a little bit, but now it's like whatever. I love that she streams because it's something that we can bond over, though, because we can talk about like all the stuff that goes on in our streams, and we have a lot of similarities.
That's really great to be able to rely on someone like that. So
yep.
Right. But folks, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Like I said, my name is DM Coltrane. This is Project Passion, as we talk about with more people pursuing their passion. This is BioticNova. She's been absolutely lovely. Please go follow her and her stuff. Subscribe here. Thank you, patrons, for supporting this as well. And if you have any questions in the future, please let us know. But otherwise, have a great night, folks, and we will catch you all very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching the video. I want to give a special shout out and thank you to these patrons right here who allow us to continue making this content. If you would like your name here as well, please check us out on patreon.com/DMColtrane. Thank you so much.